Hey guys, we went to a fish store today. We've picked up some fish that you were going to see in the video in a little bit. I wanted to run down how we drip acclimate, and I'll do another video later on going more into depth as to why I drip acclimate. This is the 125 that they're going into. This is going to be a project tank for the channel. Anything I do or touch in the tank from this point on, I'm going to put on video and post up. Yeah, so stay tuned and we'll get into it. If you have any questions, feel free to post it. If you're curious about drip acclimation and what I use to set it up, let me know. I'll include a picture when I start doing it. The supplies I use, it's really simple. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So rather than using a single flow control valve, I used a double to do the angels and the neons. That way the angels don't eat the neons in the bucket and they have a chance to get into the tank that has no plants right now, but it will before they get harassed. So, just like you're siphoning gas, if you've ever done that, or drinking out of a straw, probably a more common. And you just want to find a good drip on the bucket or on the line. So about 2 drips a second, just so you're getting good continuous water into the cold water from the pet store. I don't like to have the hoses leaning on the side of the bucket either, because I like the drip to actually break the surface tension. That way the fish aren't in a bucket with nothing going on. Now to add fish. These are 20 neon tetras. I put 20 in yesterday, so we'll do 20 today. There should be just enough water in there for swim around, which is fine. And the buckets are cleaned, not super clean, just hose out. Both these buckets were only ever used for fish. So I wish they would have bagged these guys individually, just because that's a little bit easier to deal with, and it's less pet store water, because now with the more water volume that I have, means the more volume of water that I have to add from the tank to get these guys to properly drip acclimate. So this right here is probably about almost 2 gallons of water, probably 1.5 gallons. So that means I gotta pull about that much out of here just to get the same parameters in this bucket as what's going on in the tank. And I didn't test the pet store's pH or test the pet store's water or anything like that. I've gotten fish from them before, so I know the water's good and the tanks were clean. We meticulously sat there for a good 30 minutes staring at the tank of angels to try to find 3 nicest ones. I believe we got a male and 2 females. Breeding's not the goal. Now we just sit and wait. She's exhausted from all the fish tank maintenance she did, because she was the one that got up at the crack of dawn and started changing waters and trimming plants and stuff. Not me.
So tired.
She's the one that deserves the nap. Life of a ridgeback that doesn't hunt lions. Alright, so it's been long enough for us to eat some lunch and do some other stuff. So the neons are ready to go for sure. The angels need a little bit more time because they had more water. So I'll net the neons out. I'll stop their drip completely. Get this out of my way. And drip acclimating's so much easier to do than, I guess it's not so much easier to do. That's the wrong word to say. It's so much easier on the fish than just floating a bag and then dropping them in there. Because the fish when you just drop them in, all they're getting used to is the temperature when you're floating a bag. They're not getting used to any of the other parameters in the tank. So now you can just drop them right in. And they all get chased by the rainbows that I didn't feed before I added them in there. But they won't eat them, they just thought they were food. Another cool thing about drip acclimating the fish when you go to try to get them out is they naturally will try to go to cover when they're in buckets. So just kind of place the net down and they all swim in, and there. 2 scoops, 20 neons, no stress, ready to go. It's going to be cool because we'll be able to see them kind of go in with the new school, because these guys aren't as colored up as the ones that are in there. So we'll see them kind of join in the school.
The school, you can see the color difference.
Kind of just all put together. There's some up in the corner over there from the original school, hanging out by the lace leaf trimmings I threw in there. Alright, so it's been longer now. These guys are good to go as far as acclimating. I try to go really slow when I catch any kind of cichlids or angelfish, so they don't dart around and smash into stuff. But again, it's just the fish naturally want cover. They want to be somewhere where they're safe or feel safe. And right now it's the net, but the bucket's round and I'm trying to be cool and get all 3 of these guys. Did it. Fish are friends, not food. And these are the rams that we forgot to show going into the bucket. I did them with the angels. They're fine with angels. So, I mean, drip acclimation takes a little bit longer than just floating a bag of fish, but I mean, neon tetras are notorious for dying within, day or if not hours of putting them in the tank, because they're probably the most bought fish other than goldfish and betas, and B, people just float them and throw them in a bag, and it takes, they throw them in a bag and float them rather, and it takes more than just that to get a fish acclimated, I mean, even if it is like a little, I got these guys for 75 cents a piece, even if it is like a cheap fish, I mean, you're spending money on it, you're putting it in your tank, you might as well do things the right way and give them the best chance, that they have. Yeah. Floating fish in the bag to get them acclimated is probably the second worst way to put a fish in your tank, the first being just tossing them in. So be sure to like and subscribe and share the videos if you like what you see. If you're interested in seeing what this tank's going to turn out like, just follow us probably in another, I don't even know how long, depends on how long I can get this wood soaked for and how patient I am with it, but I'm going to be planting it soon, and if you want to follow the progress of it, be awesome. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed it. Just a quick rundown of everything. Like I said, we're going to do more videos on this tank. This is a project tank for the channel. Anything that I do, I'll put on camera for you guys so you guys can watch it. As I'm planting, I'll do some in-tank GoPro footage just to get better angles on where I'm putting stuff or whatever. Like I said before, the main goal of this tank is plant placement on the wood. I don't want to do any moss on anything, so I want to kind of focus on just where to put plants in the right spot so it looks natural and not just plants glued to wood. So gonna go over that a bit and some certain methods that other aquascapers have used in the past that have worked very well. So yeah, if you're like what you see and you want to see more, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Also, you can like us and follow us on Instagram and Facebook at AquascapeFL. Thanks guys. Take care.